3 hours, and you will not give me a rest. Okay. I'm remembering now. That's why I was so confused when I went for the fragments. There's more to this. It ain't over yet. Forget what I said. It ain't over. Till the Higurashi cry. Okay. This is precisely what confused me when we were on the fragments. Because I was like, we gotta do it in a certain order. No, that's saved for the post-game, which unlocks another thing. I didn't realize this until I checked the achievements. There's one achievement locked, and it's to do with that. We gotta go back to the fragments. There's a secret fragment that we have to unlock. To do this, we're gonna need to skip all this shit. And we gotta do it in order and not mess up once. Which is why I have got a guide in the background. Let me check here. Sure not to break any fragments. Okay, yeah. So I gotta do it in order, right? That is what it says, right? Okay, number 1 is on page 4. Page 4. We don't need no scenes anymore. We already went through this ages ago. Man, even when to skip this is gonna take a while. Okay, that's number 1. You can still hear the Higurashi in the background. What's up with that? Is it kind of glitched when you kind of skip through it like that, I guess? Where's number 2? Number 2, number 2. Number 2, anyone? Number 2 is on page 5. This is really gonna take a while. No, maybe I should say welcome back to Let's Play Higurashi Matsuribayashi. It depends how long this ends up going on for. Maybe it'll end up being like its own separate part. I don't know. So that's 2. Number 3 would be second page. Kind of awkward clicking back and forth between this. I hope it doesn't screw up the recording in some way. Wait, it is number 3, right? No, it's number 2. Good thing I checked. Skip! Nah. Kinda tedious, but hey. You know, I would say I wonder if I could have done this, you know, the first time around, but no, you have to, you only get this option in the post game once you've beaten it once. Sounds a bit weird to say that because, I mean, it's just a novel, really. You don't really have much of a choice in anything. It's like you do get the occasional odd choice, but it doesn't actually affect anything. Now I should also note, the total, you know, playtime of this is like 33 bloody hours. That's insane. It's a long novel. Okay, let's look for number 5. Number 5, anyone? Number 5. It's like I would, you know, pay attention a bit, you know. Wait, which page is that? Wait, it was on the same page this whole time. How did I overlook that? It's actually kind of like, let's back up a moment. With dam construction. Yeah, it is kind of going in a sort of chronological order, really, isn't it? So you got, like, started with the dam. I don't think this is how it happens, like, originally, is it? I mean, is it the exact same order as it was, you know, in the main storyline? Like the correct order? Or is it different for this one, is the question. Number 5. Irie's backstory needed. Or was it his... I don't think this one actually covered his backstory necessarily. Oh wait, maybe it did. I don't know. Okay, and number 6 is right next to it. Okay, this is his backstory. And how long this record session's gone on for, it's definitely not going to be completed, like, until November, because of October especially, you know. Uploading every 4 days, and it's, like, still currently, because the same day as recorded this whole session, 16th of September, so, you know, since I upload every 4 days, that would give how many? Let me just check. Uploaded last night, which is the 15th, so 19th, then it'd be... yeah, there'd be a few parts at the very least, but I don't think enough for the completion of this arc. But not, well, yeah, arc, an overall story, really, would it? Number 7, anyone? Number 7 is on page 2. I mean, you could, you know, I can't remember if back in the day when I, you know, read all these novels, because I've done this before. It's just, I wonder if I did it through trial and error myself, or if, like, I used a walkthrough back then as well to get the extra scene. So that's that, as they say. Number 8 is on the same page, luckily. It's this one, right? Yeah. Remember how much trouble I had guessing the right ones when we did this originally? There'd be like maybe 1 or 2 scenes, maybe 3 at most, in any given part. Okay, number 9, please. It's like, it's just like we're work at the Irie clinic now. It's like number 9. It's just like, well, no, they wouldn't. Well, some would, wouldn't they? Just like here's a number, but I don't know. They'd probably call them by name, because I mean that's generally how it's done, isn't it? Is this one right? Page 4. Page 4. Rika's father is depressed. I wonder if anyone's got such insane reading skills that they could read all of that as it was sped up. It's like, yep, I know all of that, what that you said, got the context perfectly. Number 10, please. 10, 10, 10. Where are you, 10? You're on page 2. Early summer 1979. 18. You can't skip this one yet. Now you can. Okay, that was the first, we got the first year out of the way now. Well, no, actually we don't, because it continues on with a few more, doesn't it? But that was the first murder. Right, number 11. Wait, was that number 11? I don't think it was. It was number 10. Number 11, fittingly enough, also has a blood splatter. Half asleep when the phone rang. Just like you got a body to work on. Hooray! She was way too happy with that. It's like, you know, there's like the ending kind of had this way. It was like, oh, even she, you know, doesn't deserve to die in the end, you know, punished too severely. Just like, did you not pay attention how crazily psychotic she was throughout the majority of the story. Which one was it? This one. The old guy. Which is reflection on the old man. Because he's kind of dead there. This really is going to be a separate part. I mean, it kind of makes sense to do so. Maybe someone... I mean, I can imagine someone being like... The title of this part probably involve, you know... getting this scene, so I'd imagine someone would follow his walkthrough, even though there's a perfectly good walkthrough I'm following right now to do this on Steam. You don't need to watch a video of some guy talking nonsense, little rambles and shit as it goes about it. It's right there, and you know, just follow it. But yeah, this is taking a while. I could just be like, okay, well, no, that kind of defeat. Well, I could off-screen all of this really, because it's not really doing anything. It's more of a here's a visual guide to how I get to this scene. Okay, so that was 13. And I'm looking for 14. 14 is on the third page. 14 is this one, is it? Double check. Yep. There's 40 odd of these, man. I think they might even go as high as 50. This is insane. This record session is just like, I do not respect your throat, sir. You're going to do loads of reading for 3 hours plus. On top of the near 2-hour record session you did for Digimon World Next Order before starting this record session. That's gonna be a lot of editing, and my god, it's just, yeah. Right, that was number 14, so number 15 next would be somewhere. Page 4. Satoshi Hojo, yeah. Yep. I guess maybe there is like, you could probably do it the exact same order you did the first time, but this one kind of like, because like there's some fragments that are unlocked like multiple at the same time, but this is doing it in a specific order. So even if you got them all without, you know, picking a wrong choice, you know, like where the fragment would be like smash. You know, even if you did it all right, if you didn't do it in this specific order, you won't get the extra one. So, yeah. Bit annoying, isn't it? But I guess it is a secret kind of fragments. Hidden away. 16, where are ya? Well, we haven't been on page 5 in a while. It's the one right next to you. This really is, it's just me, like, you know, just clicking on the fragment, hit and skip, and then after that, just like click on the guide to check what I want to do next, rinse and repeat. This one, I think. That kind of makes sense from a story point. So yes. I mean, it all makes sense from a story point because they're all in the correct order, chronologically. It's just I'm not really paying much attention. I'm just looking at what order they're in, listed in the guide, and just doing that. And we have 17, so number 18 is back on page 5. Mion. Some of these scenes fragments are pretty long. Okay, so that was 18. We're looking for 19 now. 19. All the way back on page 1. So there goes parent stuff. Skip. It's just like, we don't need any of that. We know how it played out. Unless you didn't watch the rest of it, or, you know, have played through it yourself. Then you're like, I have no idea. Okay, 20, where are ya? You're on page 4. Cheerful music. Not so cheerful music. Kind of melancholic sounding music. And it's the very first one, right? This one? Is it? Yep. I remember when I first went through these fragments in this Let's Play, many fragments were clicked on, and many of them were smashed because I clicked on them at the wrong time. Doesn't make a difference in, you know, when you're playing through it, but to get this extra scene, it does matter. You mess up once, you gotta do it all over again. 22. Where the hell are you? 22. I've gone past you somewhere. 22 is on page 2. And it's this one right here. I mean, I wouldn't, like, you just look at the titles and you're just like, okay, that matches up, you know? But I want to be really precise. So I'm not really paying too much attention to that. You know, trying to follow it that, or otherwise I'd mess up otherwise. Gotta keep track of the numbers here as well. So that was 22. 23 should be... 23... on page 1. This one. Ominous music. 24's on page 2. And it is... Is it that one? Yeah. This is the one where Rika's mother, you know... I mean, to use, you know, modern day meme, she's being the total Karen. But you know what? You can't blame her. Doing shady shit with her daughter, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? Did you cause this fever? And the answer to that was no. I think that was completely unrelated, but I can't remember actually. I don't think it was related to that. But you know, she didn't know what was going on, and she had enough of it, and was like, I'm taking my daughter, and we're not coming back here to do this bullshit, whatever the hell you're doing. 25, anyone? 25, page 3. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Takano is pissed. Or was she? No, this was when she... That was when she kind of opened up a bit to Tomataki, I think. Maybe. Yeah. And he accurately guessed that she was related to Fumi in some way. So it's 25, 26 on page 1. It's obviously gonna be the, Friday couple's death, aka Rika's parents. That for the most part just kind of gets like pushed to the side a bit. It's like, hey Rika, that's tragic, your parents died. It's like, I don't care at this point. It's like, what? It's like, well, she's been like going through a loop 100 years worth of a loop, so I guess she's kind of over it by that point. So it's 26, 27 is on the next page. That would be this one. I mean, again, I could just look at the title and it'd make it very obvious that that is the correct one. Right, I'm 27. My god, we're maybe halfway through. Oh, it's exhausting, man. I can't remember the last time I have done a record session this long. On page 5. I think it's this one. Yeah, the club forms, right? Yep. Moving on to the 4th year. So like I was thinking of maybe maybe I will, maybe I'll also like include like looking over the achievements as well. After we're done with this, you know, lengthy ass, go through all the fragments to get a new scene thing, you know. And then we'll finally officially be done with this Let's Play until I, you know, write a script for the all-cast review session, and after I'll be talking, then the series will be finally completed and this Let's Play will finally be, you know, finished at long last after several years. I was 28, 29, 29. It's like I'm playing bingo over here and I'm like the person announcing the numbers. I don't really know fully how bingo works, to be honest. I mean, the most experience I have with bingo of all things is that Pokemon bingo in Pokemon XD Killer Darkness. Weird introduction to bingo. It's like I've never really played bingo. So I don't fully know the rules. I just know that there's like loads of numbers get called out, and if you get certain numbers and bingo, you win. And it's like, what do you win? I don't know. Were there any prizes? So what happened there? I wasn't paying attention. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that was Rena's backstory. Okay, that was 29, so we're looking for 30 now. We've moved up another number. Number 30. So on page 5, and yeah, that would be pretty damn obvious what the next one would be after that. It would be Rena's introduction into the story. It is no surprise that the total time I have for this novel is over 30 odd hours. Because even in between my rambling and all that, these scenes are really long. Anyways, number 31 is on the 4th page. Again, it makes sense. '31 to 32. Ooh, conveniently enough, 32 is right next door. Lovely. And then I look at it again. It's like, no, it isn't. It's like, fuck, I gotta do the whole thing again. Now, just checking it is the correct one. But you know, if someone actually uses it as a walkthrough here, I don't know what the hell you're doing when you could just look at the guide on Steam. You could do it in your own time. Don't have to like constantly pause the video just to see which one I clicked on. So that was 32, so 33, where are you? I almost would have gone with 34, I gotta keep track of things here, so it's 33 I'm looking for. 33, yep, that one looks like it makes sense, page 2. Yep. I mean, if I had gone to the yellow one instead, I would have known right away that it's the incorrect one. If I'd gone with the next entry. Okay, so that was 33, 34 is on the next page, fittingly enough, in the same exact spots. The fourth sacrifice, I mean, I'm double checking, it's kind of obvious, but yeah, go for it. No, it's a shame, you know, we never get to see Satoshi recover from this. We just know that he's, you know, he's not been given up on, you know. That area is still, you know, working to, you know, get his Hinamizawa syndrome down and hopefully cure the whole damn thing, really. 34, number 35 next. 35 on page 4. A roll of a 1. We're clearing these pages. It's like the last 2 pages are ones that are in the 40s, so, you know. That's why we haven't had to go to the last 2 pages of the fragments yet. So we're clearing up all the yellow ones so far. That was when they were like, hey, we're gonna, you know, that guy's dead now, so, you know, we're gonna close down your research gradually over time. 36 on the next page. Would it be that one? Yeah. Need to bring a new wind to the, village, clear up the bad air, you know. The bad air from all the old people farting. That's not quite what it is, really. But it is to do with, you know, all the old grudges and shit. You know, the new generation will, you know, bring in a new wind so that, you know, the village kind of was stagnating in its own kind of way or whatever. I don't know how to word it. 37 on page 3. Disappointing, he's dead. I mean, that's an example right there. You'd think this one would have been, you know, next, but the new wind one comes from this. That could throw you off and be like, okay, I clicked on the wrong one, now I'm gonna do it all over again. It's like, I'm pretty sure both of those were unlocked at the same time, you know, so yeah, you really would need a guide for this. Well, not necessarily. Trial and error is a thing, but, you know, that'd be tedious. Especially considering it's been like 20 odd minutes, coming up to 30 minutes, really. And I'm skipping through all of these, and yet it's still not even at the end of it. So that would be hell to do without a guide. 38? 38 anyone? 38? 38. 38's on page 5. Makes sense, because that's when Keiichi's dad shows up and he's like, hey, this place seems pretty nice, let's move here. Interesting how that actually has a song that was sung during the credits. It isn't just an instrumental piece. It actually has vocals. But just not this version. So that was 38, 39, 39 is on page 3. And there's only one left on page 3, so I don't even need to try to confirm if it is the right one, because it is the only one. They ridiculed your work. They shat and pissed all over it. Well, no, they just stood on it and mocked it, but they might as well have, with, you know, how that impacted her mentally. So it's 39, so we're looking for 40. We're finally on to the 40s. 40 is somewhere. Page 5. I mean, that's yet another one. You think Keiichi, you go straight to that after, you know, his dad inspects the lots. But no, you gotta get the one with Takano first. Strange. You know, if this all turns out to be misinformation and that the guide is actually wrong, I'm gonna be super pissed. Because this is just like 30 minutes wasted. Just browse down through the comments and just like, this is inaccurate. You should do this at this point. And like, should have read that first. Okay, that was 40. 41 is on the next page. First time on page 6. It's this one, right? Where Takano's down on her luck and gets taken advantage of by Nomura. Who, you know, sets her on her path of revenge. Quite a long scene, but you know, it does introduce the puppet master, the main antagonist, who doesn't really appear, you know, for the most part. And probably got off scot-free, you know. I wouldn't be surprised. It did mention her in the credits, but I didn't get to read it, you know, so I'm gonna assume that she got off lightly. Because, well, she seemed like the type of person who could, you know, worm their way out of a situation like that. So it'd be that one next, right? 42. Yeah. Here is a fragment. Do whatever you want with it. We will explain the rules and things that happen in the previous arcs. So that was... yeah. And then we start off with Onikakushi, right? Because that is how the series started. So 43, please. Should be fairly straightforward from here on out. Or is it? Probably. Yeah. So then we go and... is it really that one? Is it? 43, 44. Oh yeah, you gotta go for the fragments first. But wait, what Tanagashi? What? Okay. You say so, walkthrough, but you know what? I'm gonna just scroll down to the comments. God damn it, I hate how the comments are like in an order where it's like newest to oldest. So when I see a comment referencing a different comment, it's like, but that's on the next page. Because I'm unsure about this one. I have no idea what these comments are even referencing because I can't be asked to read them in thorough detail, and you know, what was I trying to say? You know, I'd have to waste time browsing for them. So, as confusing as that may be, because what Tanagashi was the second question arc, I guess we're skipping to the third and then going to the second. This is weird if this is actually how you gotta do it, because who the hell would think to do that? And if it's wrong, I'm gonna be pissed. Just double check. 44. It's getting close to frickin' 40 minutes at this rate. Okay, now that's that one next, right? Yeah, smooth sailing from then on. Just go all the way to the right. $46. $47. Bucky piece of shit. Oh, there we go for that one. Strange order, I know. Better be the correct order, otherwise I've been misled. Okay, so it's 48, we're on the last page, and it looks like it pretty much goes in the order that you don't have to really care. Wait, what? Let me check. Oh yeah, that unlocks that one, yeah, makes sense. Okay, Higurashi, then Matsuribayashi. Yes, that's how it goes. Smooth sailing. And then wait. Yeah, this one should smash. Because reasons. It didn't smash, what? It shows it as smashed on the image. Strange. So leftover fragments. Do you need the final miracle? Is it really needed? Do you really care for a final miracle? What is this? I never noticed this tiny little fragment. Sometimes a fragment gets cracked and it breaks. Just like how the fade leaves are cracked. Hey, this is the Higurashi one, isn't it? Let me just check. Confirm. The fact that I can skip it, yeah, it is. Higurashi being a badass, but filled with regret at not being able to save Rika's life. That was a missing fragment. But this should unlock an extra fragment by doing everything in this way. Higurashi kicking ass. It's so over the top when it's sped up, isn't it? This one's one of the longer ones. Man, all this to get to one scene we haven't seen before. There it is! It's unlocked! Flags from kids' meals. She needs to be rescued too. I mean, do you remember who this could mean? It's Takano. I mean, you know, that's one of her childhood memories. I've got to play outside. Finally, we're here. A girl's cheerful voice echoed in the house. This is the scene, by the way, that I was mentioning throughout the recording at some point where I was like, but where's that one scene I remember? And this is that scene where, like, I was mentioning, so I've kind of spoiled it if you paid attention to that, I guess, but, well, I didn't really spoil what actually happened, so a girl's cheerful voice echoed into the house. It was a tenement house, so walls were thin. So, of course, her yell carried through to the neighbors, but since it was a child's voice, nobody complained. Miyoko, we're thinking about going to the mall. Her father's voice didn't reach the girl. I thought it was the mall for some reason, but it's always the opposite of what I try to voice. Because all she was thinking about was making a new secret base with her friends in the field. Her father knew the girl who had been looking forward to going to the mall, and that if they went without her, she would be upset. He also knew that the girl liked collecting flags from the kids' meals at the restaurant there, and one more would bring her collection to 20 flags. The girl was making a wish on those flags. She believed if she collected 20 of them, she could become happy. Oh well. He supposed he'd bring a flag home as a souvenir. It would be a big deal. If he asked a waitress, she'd bring one for him. On that day, due to an accident, the trains were running behind schedule. To make up the lost time, drivers were braking a little too late. Wait, so there was an accident. I mean, if you've been paying attention to this arc, it's gonna lead to another accident. I mean, what the hell? And accelerating a bit too soon. It was rather unsafe. The Tanashi family didn't own a car. They always used a train to go to the mall. Should have used the bus. As the girl skipped her way to her friend's house, an unfamiliar woman stopped her. Obviously, she wasn't from around here. These parts there, the ties between the neighbors were very tight around there. The girl knew everyone's face. So if there was a stranger, it was either a new mailman or someone who's lost. The woman said to the girl, "Do you want to live, or do you want to die?" Ominous. Any person would think the woman was crazy asking something like that. But the girl was too innocent to think that way. She answered immediately, "I want to live." "Okay, then go. Your friend isn't home, but go on." "She isn't home?" The girl couldn't figure out why this woman would know that. As the woman left, the girl stopped her. She was curious, although it was a little scary as to what response she'd get if she answered directly. "If I were to die, then what?" "We'll get another flag from a kid's meal." "Eh? Hey, that's not fair. They're going without me. That's not fair." The girl turned and tried to run back home. "Are you sure? You won't regret it." The mysterious woman tried to confirm this. "Why would I regret it?" "I won't tell you. I'm mean." The girl thought this was some kind of a riddle, so she pondered it for a while, but she couldn't figure it out. Then she clapped her hands as if she came to a conclusion. Who's speaking? Okay. "That's okay then." "Why is it okay?" "Because my parents will be with me." The woman stepped aside. The girl bowed to her and ran home. Guess she got her wish after all then. That is, if she convinced her parents to let her tag along. She saw her parents locking the door to leave. The girl jumped on them and nagged them that she wanted to go too. The girl was going to the mall with her family. The family headed to the train station, waited for the train to arrive, and got on it. The driver was feeling the pressure to make up for the delay, and the passengers could tell that from the way he was driving. "You callous fool!" The girl noticed the unusual swaying of the train. She stood on her knees and looked out the window. Her mother told her to sit down because it was dangerous. The girl stuck her tongue out. Then the train reached a very big and very sharp curve. The train tilted on that direction and all the people were shoved to the side. They were all squished together and grumbled about it. Then the train continued to... This is very dark, but it's kind of expected of Higurashi. Then it all went dark, I guess. She dies with her parents. The girl and her parents came home under the sky, full of stars, with shopping bags in their hands. They unlocked the door, turned the lights on, and then the girl put her bags by the front door and ran into her room. She opened her desk drawer, took something out of her pocket and put it in. She closed the drawer once, but opened it again, and then spread the treasure on the tatami floor. They were the flags of many different countries that came with the kids' meals. The Japanese flag, the American flag, the English flag. Which country was this for? The one with 3 colors. She lined them up as she counted. It's like the one with 3 colors, there's a lot of flags with 3 colors. She counted out loud. Then she danced around happily, for she now had 20 of them. It took her so long to collect that many. It was hard work for this girl who was so proud of herself for reaching her goal. But is all of this just a, a dream? Because, I mean, provided it played out identically, she would have died with her parents there. So maybe she's in heaven? I don't know. Maybe this is all a dream to her? Or maybe the train didn't crash. It almost did, but it didn't. I don't know. This is a bit confusing. She works so hard that there must be something good waiting for her, but it definitely seems like the accident still played out the same, but, you know, Takano died. I mean, I guess it's Tanashi, Miyoko Tanashi, because she wouldn't have changed her name, would she? She made a wish to become happy if she collected 20 of them. Therefore, something wonderful must be waiting to happen. The girl waited excitedly, but soon realized it wasn't a magic lamp, so no genie would be jumping out. Maybe it wouldn't happen that night, maybe it'd be tomorrow. The girl decided to wait patiently. She accomplished something as great as collecting 20 flags. Surely some wonderful happiness awaited. Surely some wonderful miracle awaited. Perhaps it might be like a charm, keeping sad misfortunes at bay. The girl put her 20 flags back in the drawer. As she heard her mother tell her to brush her teeth and go to bed, she ran to the bathroom. My god, 45 minutes this has been. This is fine, isn't it? It's okay to get a miracle in advance. What is this music? What should I do next? There are plenty of fragments to play with. What? You want to try too? Why am I getting earthbound feel from this all of a sudden for whatever reason? It's fine. It makes you feel like God. A world with Satoshi or a world where the Sonozaki sisters didn't switch. I wonder what a world with Sadoka's parents and Rika's parents alive and, well, would be like. Is this basically like... I don't know if the spin-off ones were released during or after the main series. Because this feels like it's just like, okay, what if, you know... Because it still didn't explain if Takano just died with her parents or not. It kind of implied that she might have actually, you know, lived and her parents lived somehow. Maybe the train didn't crash in this what-if scenario. While, you know, this is kind of giving previews. It's like, hey, what if these different events played out differently, eh? New scenarios. Or how about this? Hansa gets enticed to the enemy side with Takano. Yeah, I don't think that's happened in any of them. Ha ha ha, that sounds interesting. Personally, I'm curious about a world where Takano is madly in love with Tomitake. I mean, she was kind of... not madly in love necessarily, but she definitely had feelings for him. It'll be fun to match Keiichi with different girls too. I love drama very, very much. Hee hee ha ha ha. Let's see, what should I do next? I have so many fragments. Hey, do you want some? What kind of world are you gonna make? The world of Higurashi when they cry will move on, even without us. There are many dreams, possibilities, and miracles in that world. They are insurmountable, innumerable fragments, all interweaved with one another. I've shown you a small number of those fragments, but it's up to you to play the rest of them. The world of Higurashi is now in your hands. It is a big wild world of fragments. There are your dreams, your possibilities, and your miracles are yours to discover. I thank you for joining me on this 4.5-year tale about this world. I thank all of you for blah blah blah. Yes, you're just saying thank you to everyone. So I can't be asked reading it all because a lot of it's just kind of mostly repeating. But, you know, thanking a different person. I simply spend my days without humor. I have no prepared you to make this work. I think we can meet again as friends. That is why I leave you this message. I look forward to meet my friend Higurashi has done it. Just like I'm gonna go write a new series that will be equally, if not more, fucked up than this one. Man, I'm exhausted after all that. This is going to be a long part. And a long record session overall, but I want to have it all in one, so I'm going to also look at the achievements, because now, achievement unlocked, possibilities of forever. So that woman is implied, from what I've heard, to be Frederica Burnsicle, so that is like, maybe, possibly, kind of like a darker side to Rika that split off or something. I don't really know. Maybe it's just really just a theory. I don't know. But yeah, interesting. So, I would say I hope you enjoyed and all that, but I'm going to do that after, you know, well, I'll say it anyway. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I will also now look at the, I've stopped recording just to do that, but We'll just have a little look for the achievements, and that'll be it. Finally, I can fricking just like get on with editing, if I can even got the energy to do that today after this long ass record session. And I'll do for this LP, aside from, like I said, you know, the after LP talk and all cast review sessions I'll make eventually. Whew. So, on with that. Alrighty then, exhausted throat though I may have. Whew. Look at that! Playtime past 2 weeks. 4 hours? Ugh. Jesus Christ. I haven't, like, that implies right there, that was all today. Damn, that was a long record session. We still just have a look through these and finally can wrap this up. Okay, the House of Love and Mercy. There's like mercy, man, mercy. 4 hours of this combined with the previous recording I did for Digimon Will X on my main channel. That's like close to 6 hours. Holy crap, that's like quarter of a day. Man. Experience the memory of escape, weight of history, get one step closer, another chance, experience the memory of punishment, challenging a god, finish the prologue, it's all coming together, completed the puzzle of the first miracle, welcome a new student, just 1 week, began preparations, setting up the pieces, continued preparations, 48-hour operation, even more preparations. The door to 19th preparations complete, and so the shining future finished the final battle, the possibilities of forever went beyond. Matsuribayashi staff room had a chat with Higurashi 7. Detective Matsuribayashi read all tips in Matsuribayashi, but not in that correct order there. Funnily enough, considering you have to do everything in the correct order to get this one. But yeah, with that, I hope you've enjoyed this long-ass Let's Play. So now, that's that. Peace out.